In the last video, I went over some potential 6 Man of the Year candidates for the upcoming season. Suggest you watch that video first, but if you haven't, it's okay. It's not really necessary to watch this one. With that being said, you probably already know what award we're going to be talking about because of the title. And I do too because I've already spun the wheel over like a week ago. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you me spinning it again. Next up, we got Most Improved Player, okay? The Most Improved Player award is an award that's caught a lot of flack in recent years. I started noticing people taking exception to the award when Ja Morant won in 2022. In 2020, Ja Morant won Rookie of the Year, averaging 18 and 7 while being the second pick in the draft. Obviously, he was already on the trajectory to greatness. In 2021, he averaged 19 and 7, essentially the same stats, but his team had a winning record. Then in 2022, his numbers skyrocketed. Suddenly, he was averaging 27 and 7 with a steal on around 58% true shooting. The Grizzlies finished second in the West that year and took the eventual champion Warriors to 6 games. Ja was now the best player on a 50-win team that was contending and averaging 27 and 7. He finished 7th in MVP voting, made his first All-Star appearance, and was selected to All-NBA second team. Obviously, this was what was expected of him when he was drafted 2nd overall and won Rookie of the Year. He was expected to become a franchise player. So when he won Most Improved Player that year, there were more than a couple of people who were upset. Many thought it should have been Ja Morant's teammate, Desmond Bane, who was having something of a breakout season himself. In just his second season, after averaging 9 during his rookie campaign, he averaged 18 points per game on 59% true shooting. And he did that being selected at the bottom of the first round. DeJounte Murray, who finished second, made the jump from 16 to 21 points per game in year 5. Bottom line, many believe Ja Morant didn't deserve the award because he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, and the Most Improved Player award should be reserved for those who defied the odds and became great despite being drafted low or not expected to be great. Now, what do I think? I'm not mad that Ja Morant won in 2022. I may have already upset some people before I even got into the real meat of the video, but just listen. I understand wanting the award to be for those who weren't supposed to make the leap, but at least to me, Ja Morant's jump from year 2 to 3 was insane. Like, yeah, he's supposed to be great, but 27 points per game in year 3 while leading your team to a top seed in the West? That is elite. And I think that saying that he was just supposed to do it is a disservice to the amount of actual improvement that we saw from him that year. Now, personally, I do think Bane was right there and he finished 5th. But like I've said before, I'm not an NBA award voter and it's probably for good reason. Anyways, with that little segment out of the way, let's get into the predictions. With expectations and draft precision no longer being real limiting factors on one's chances to win Most Improved Player, I can confidently put Amen and Ausar Thompson as candidates to win it. Pistons players and coaches talked all media day about Ausar looking dangerous this year, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. I love both the Thompson twins, Amen obviously being my favorite, but Ausar is still a joy to watch. He's just as much of an athlete as Amen, and I think I almost have as much fun watching his highlights as I do Amen. And speaking of Amen, I think Amen is going to take another leap this year as well. He's officially starting now, and with Fred VanVleet out for what's likely to be the whole season, I see no reason why Amen can't go crazy this year. More touches with the ability to play off Sengun and KD means more production for him. He's always been an efficient player, and he's never needed the ball in his hands to be effective either because he's one of the best cutters in the NBA. The Thompson twins are both contenders for the award, but if I had to give the edge to one, I'd probably go with Amen. Another guy whose candidacy has been solidified by a teammate's injury is Andrew Nembhard. In his first 3 seasons with the Pacers, he's averaged 9.5, 9.2, and most recently 10 points per game. As you know, he came alive in the 2025 playoffs, most notably increasing his 3-point percentage from 29 in the regular season to 47 in the playoffs, and having multiple 20-point games against the Bucks and Knicks. With Hallie missing all of next year, Nembhard immediately becomes the #1 perimeter guy. Obviously, Siakam is going to touch the ball the most, but Nembhard is going to be the guy running the offense. I expect big things out of him this year with more touches, and with him only getting better going into what's only his 4th season, I think we can see a huge leap from Andrew Nembhard, especially if his jumper is going to be anywhere close to what it was in the playoffs. Benedict Mathurin is also someone I can see benefiting from Hallie's injury. Obviously, no one on the Pacers really benefits from Hallie's injury since he's the best player on the team and gets them all the easiest looks they'll probably ever get. But I can definitely see Mathurin getting to showcase more of his ability with the ball in his hands more. It'll be good for his development, but it could also be bad for the Pacers if he has too good of a season and ends up becoming sought after by other NBA teams. Deni Avdia's odds are really high right now. Like so high that most sports books have him as the favorite to win it this year. I don't exactly know why, but he did have an impressive showing at Eurobasket, averaging 24, 7, 3, 2, and 1 on 49, 37, 76 shooting. I didn't see many posts about him on Twitter or anything though, so that's why I guess I was just a little confused. Reasons for that can probably be assumed, but as for Deni Avdija, the basketball player, I'm a fan of his game. I think he's a versatile wing and an all-around great player fit for the modern NBA, but I don't know how much I can see him winning most improved. Maybe there's something I'm missing that everyone else isn't. I know he played really good over the summer, but I don't think that warrants him having such high odds to win. I don't see any drastic roster changes or staff changes in Portland that mean his usage will go up or anything. If Deni has a great season and takes an insane leap, I'm all for it. And I'm sure Portland could really use that for one of their young guys right now, but there's someone else in Portland that I think is going to take a great leap next year, and that is Shaedon Sharpe. He's one of my favorite young players in the NBA and is my last hope that the athletic, shot-chucking shooting guard archetype is still alive. I've been a fan of Shaedon Sharpe ever since he started going crazy during AAU in high school, and I think he's going to be a problem if he can just put it all together. There are times where he's a bit lackadaisical on defense and his IQ isn't always there, but he has great frame, his shot-making ability is up there with the best of them on some nights, and he's just so athletic. I often find myself talking about Shaedon Sharpe the same way I talk about Jalen Green, and that's not to disrespect either player. I just find it funny how the same things I've been saying about Jalen Green for the past 4 years, I've also been saying about Shaedon Sharpe for the past 3 years. Now it's time for a bit of a speed round. These are players I didn't have too much to say about, but I think they still have a chance. Scoot Henderson could also break out this year with 2 elite veteran guards now around him every day to mentor him and guide him this upcoming season. While the Bulls haven't made any roster or coaching changes to hint at Montas Buzelis getting more touches or anything, I think his natural progression as a player alone will have him in the race for the award. If Josh Giddey didn't return, I may have had him in with the main guys. Speaking of, Josh Giddey could improve, but I don't think he will. And finally, Jalen Johnson was kind of already in the running for it in years past, and I think voters might find it redundant for him to be a candidate again. But now it's time to give my thoughts on who's actually going to win the award. Like last video, the purposes of this video was just to go over some potential candidates and state their cases. And for my final prediction, I think that the 2026 NBA Most Improved Player will be Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson's natural player progression combined with having an increased role with Fred VanVleet going out makes him my personal favorite to win the award. But let me know what you all think though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Debate me in the comments. Let me know who you think is going to win. And maybe even let me know who you think is going to get second or third place. I try to respond to every comment. I respond to almost all of them. But yeah, that's it for me today, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.